Royal LePage Canada just released their first-time homebuyer survey. Now, this is something that they do every 2 years, and today we're going to look at the results and the key highlights from this survey because it gives us a good idea of not only what first-time buyers are experiencing as they're buying a home in Canada, but also what are they struggling with the most when they're buying their first home. My name is Matt Maguire. I work with the Linda Maguire Team here in Burlington, and if you're thinking of buying or selling in the GTA or just want to chat all things real estate, you can click the link below and book a call directly with our team. And if you like this kind of content or get any value out of it, please consider subscribing to the channel and dropping a like on this video. So we're going to jump right into this article, and the main topic of this year's survey is down payment dilemma. Canadian first-time homebuyers' fear of falling short is escalating. Now we're going to look at the key highlights from the findings of this survey, and then we're going to actually look at the questions that were asked to the first-time homebuyers and the breakdown of what kind of answers they gave in different provinces. Now the first highlight from this survey is number of first-time homebuyers worried about insufficient down payments increased to 67% in 2023, up from 62% in 2021 and 57% in 2019. Now, this is a pretty big jump from the 2021 numbers, about 5% to 2023. And this is somewhat expected because we have seen home prices and home values increase. And as such, the down payment for those properties have also increased. Now, the next highlight here is in Greater Calgary, the percentage of first-time homebuyers who are worried about their down payment has increased substantially from 42% in 2021 to 69% in 2023. Now, this was the greatest increase in down payment worries that we saw in this survey, and a lot of it is probably driven by the population increase that Calgary has seen and resulting home price increases that they've seen in the Greater Calgary area. The next highlight is 74% of home buyers in the Greater Toronto area, 71% in Greater Vancouver, and 67% in Greater Montreal area reported feeling worried that they would not have a large enough down payment to purchase a home they really wanted. Now, something I think is important to point out with this highlight, it says enough down payment to purchase a home they really wanted. Now, this is a conversation we have with our first-time home buyers quite often, and we want to sit down and understand what their motivation is. And for first-time home buyers, it's often to get into the market so that they can build equity and build wealth. And the best way to do that is to do just that. It's to get into the market. And so maybe if it's not buying your dream home or the home you really wanted, it's buying a different property type, maybe buying a condo or a townhome, or even looking at a more affordable area, more affordable city, and thinking of it as a two-step process. So getting into something now that you can afford that fits within your budget, making the payments, paying down your principal, building equity in that home for, let's say, 5 years. And then when you go to make that next move, you'll have a much easier time because you've built equity within your home that you can use as your next down payment. Now, the last highlight here is more than 1/3 of first-time buyers, 35%, received financial assistance in a lump sum payment towards their purchase, while 1/4 of buyers, 25%, received support on their monthly mortgage payments. Now, this one was a bit of a shock to me because obviously we understand that with our first-time home buyers we work with, a portion of them are getting assistance from the parents or grandparents or whoever it is in the form of a lump sum. But one thing we don't know is what percentage are actually getting assistance on their monthly payments. And it turns out it's 25% of Canadians. So that's the key highlights from the survey that Royal LePage Canada did. But we also want to look at the actual questions that they asked in this survey to first-time buyers in Canada. So the first question here is, before you found your home, how worried were you that you might miss out on a home you really wanted because you didn't have enough of a down payment saved? 27% of Canadians said they were very worried. 41% said they were somewhat worried. So the net worried people are 67% of Canadians. So 2/3 of Canadians said they were worried that they were going to miss a home because they didn't have enough money saved. This number is a little bit higher in Ontario at 70% and even higher in Toronto at 74% because of the higher prices in this area. Now, the next question I want to look at from the survey is, what kind of assistance did you receive from your parents or relatives to help with the purchase of your home? 35% of Canadians said they received financial assistance in the form of a lump sum payment, pretty consistent in Ontario and Toronto. 25% said they had a financial assistance with their monthly mortgage payments, and this was similar in Ontario, a little bit higher in Toronto. 10% said they received, had a cosigner on their mortgage, which is interesting to see, a little bit of a smaller percentage. Again, because most of the Canadians that were surveyed had mentioned that they were worried about the down payment. And although co-signing helps with your approval to get the mortgage, it doesn't help with that initial down payment. And one last thing I want to point out from this question is none of the above. I did not receive any assistance with the purchase of my home, was almost 40% of Canadians. Pretty consistent in Ontario, but a little bit lower in Toronto. Now, the last question I want to look at that was asked in this survey is, how did economic conditions such as inflation or interest rates at the time you were shopping impact your home purchase plans? 34% of Canadians said they had to purchase a home in a more affordable neighborhood or region than they had originally planned, kind of like we discussed earlier. 32% said I purchased a smaller home than I had originally planned. Now, the reason I want to point this out is because it's important to keep these things in mind when you're purchasing a home, because again, for the first-time home buyer, the goal is often to get into the market and build equity. And a lot of people think of the home buying process kind of like shopping for cars, where you look at all the nicest cars out there, like the Porsches, the Lexus, the Audis, and then you look at your budget and you look at, okay, what can I actually afford? What's economical? What's going to fit my wants and needs and get me from A to B? And I think it's important to consider that when you're purchasing a home. It's what's going to fit my lifestyle right now and achieve the goal of getting into the market so that I can start to build equity in a home. Because once you're into the market, again, you're going to have a much easier time working your way up that property ladder. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I will link this article and the survey questions below if you want to have a look at it yourself. And if you have any questions at all about it, feel free to reach out. We're happy to help. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.